Hello YouTube, welcome back. As you can see, we're about to head out into the wide world. Oh baby, baby, it's a dwarf world. I'm sorry. What a way to start a video. I'm a terrible person. Anyway, you have arrived. After a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond, your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all of Thicket Ozor. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labour comes sustenance. Whether by bolt, plough, or hook, provide for your dwarves. You're expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you. But it is spring now. Enough time to delve secure lodgings ere the dingoes get hungry. A new chapter of dwarven history begins here, at this place, Melbeluma. Tone blushed. Strike the earth, and strike we shall. There we go. Hey, it crashed. Okay, fair enough. Right. Well, let's boot up Dwarf Fortress again, shall we? Okay. Take 2. This is going to be a problem. I have a horrible feeling that I've somehow generated an invalid world and spent all day doing Dwarf Fortress stuff for nothing. I did save the Embark profile. I did. So there you go. Clever boy, eh? Clever boy. Let's see. Let's see if it actually worked, though. Fingers crossed. 11 frames per second on a blank screen. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is Cryptbeards XVIII. What a shambles. This is an absolute abomination. Right, okay, let's... in fact, I'll tell you what, I'm going to just reboot again. If I go to Dwarf Hack and type in die, there we go, that hard shuts down. Let's load it up again. One more try. One more go before I restart the recording. Come on. Come on, Dwarf Fortress. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in DF. No, it's not even booting now. Well, this is exactly the kind of thing you hope for when you decide to play Dwarf Fortress. I mean, what could be more fun, in capitals, than a hard crash that completely prevents you from engaging with the game at all? I mean, genius. We may as well head back to the home screen for a minute or two then, because frankly, I don't see any Dwarf Fortress activity from my PC whatsoever. Right, let's close down Dwarf Therapist as well. Okay, so if I press play Dwarf Fortress now, gonna do it? It's doing it. It's doing it, people. We're making it. We're gonna get there. Let's go back to Therapist. That's not what we want. We want Fortress. There we go. Bingo. Okay. Now, fingers crossed this works. So we can't just continue playing. We have to start playing. Come on. Move the window where it's supposed to be. There we go. Start playing. Dwarf Fortress. Bada boom, bada bing. Loading world. Lovely stuff. Good. Tick-tock through the clock. Granite. Yeah, come on. Do it. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, and then we go find our embark site, which was there. And I think maybe not screw around with the embark site size. Oh, come on, just one scoundrel. Just trim a little bit off. There we go. We press E for embark. We choose what the fuck, and then we embark. Okay, this is it. This is it. Okay, here we go. I've got an aero loading thing. Oh, okay, yes. Dingoes. Jaguars? What? Carnage girder? What? Oh, it's got rid of all of our lovely bit. I thought if we saved... Oh. But at least we know there's jaguars knocking around. That's nice. And press enter, and bang, it worked. Okay, I don't know what happened there, but whatever. Fair enough. It only took 4 minutes of blundering at the beginning of the video to get everything going. Let's zoom out a little. Turns out we do have a touch of surface water. Nothing too exciting, but there is at least moisture, a little bit of wetness. We have a nice clean line down here. I like this a lot. Let's go up a few floors. Okay, the mountain slopes back fairly dramatically, but we do have this interesting little separate peak next to the volcano. It's not actually on the volcano, but it's next to it, and that's quite a nice little thing. Maybe we could do a bridge across or something, make some temples up here. I mean, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We need to think more short term, getting set up first, but we'll sort it out. You say there are jaguars in all my fortresses with hungry dingoes. I've never seen a dingo, says Fuzzy Logic. I'm not sure if I've ever seen a dingo either, but I'm sure if they're about, eventually we'll come across one, right? We don't have a lot of trees. This is fairly sparse wood coverage, isn't it? Let's zoom in a bit and see what kinds of trees we've got. We've got ash, ginkgo. Oh, hang on. It's right click. No, it's not right click. Okay. Bayberry, peach. Okay, we have got some fruit trees. Peach trees, cherry trees. Cherry wine, very nice. What else we got over here? Come on. Apricots, apples. Oh yeah, we're all sorted. We've got plenty of fruit. We're not going to have too much trouble making drinks. Ash, chestnut, pear, ash. Okay, right. So that's that pretty much covered. We got our wood situation nailed. In terms of digging into the mountain, now we don't have a huge amount of space on this top level, but one of the things... Oh, Fuzzy Logic, when I say not many trees, I don't mean, oh, I wish there were more trees. What I mean is, I wish I could chop down more trees and turn them into things that aren't trees. I'm thinking purely in industrial terms here. I'm not thinking, oh, poor old trees, don't cut them down. Oh, no, please. That's not what I'm thinking at all. I'm a proper dwarf. We will start chopping some down soon, but also I want to try and leave the fruit trees so we can get a little bit of sweet, sweet peach wine. Lovely pesh. So, we need to dig into the fortress. Let me think a little about what we're going to do, because I feel like I want to be able to hit the ground running and not lose enormous amounts of frames immediately. So my first instinct is to start with a tunnel here. D, there we go. Like that. And go in that far. Okay. And then off of this, we'll do a little trading post. Actually, maybe we're going a little deeper. Just a teensy, weensy bit deeper. And once that's dug out, we'll see what kind of materials we have either side. The scoundrel is the anti-elf. Well, thank you, Verma. Thank you very much. I mean, you know, it's all good. I see the text on the screen is really overlapping with the chat. I may have to remove chat from the videos in the future. Let's unpause things and let this get dug quickly. We've got 7 lads with mining capabilities, so ideally this will get dug pretty darn quickly. Ah, I see what's going to happen. We're going to end up with trouble. Oh, no, it's exposing enough surface to keep at least a few of them engaged. And they're digging in pretty damn quickly. Is good. Is very good. Okay, we struck orthoclase. That's nice. I mean, I'm not really bothered about orthoclase, but it's good stuff. Plan for a proper drawbridge. That's a good point. If we go up, we can probably smooth off these cliffs to stop people climbing over. It shouldn't be a big issue. Yeah, that's a good thing. Okay, so this looks like it's fairly stony fairly quickly. We don't have to worry about too much soil. We're going to put a drawbridge in here, and then we'll probably do another one outside at a later date. But we are going to put one in here with a pit. So we'll do that. Now, let's start by putting in a trade depot just here. So dig, I want, that's that, and that, and that. Go a nicely sized trade depot. That looks about right, doesn't it? There we go. That's going to be on the other side of the drawbridge, and then from there, no, actually from here we're going to dig out a little, like we did before. Oh, hang on. A little mining room. So first off, we need to make a little space where we can put some traps for anything coming up. And then we say I for up, down, stairs. And we make ourselves a nice little set of stairs going down 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's go down 12. And then once they've done that, we'll build a cavern baffle on that floor and then keep exploring further down. Let's unpause, press F1 to go back. That's that. Good. I like the idea of bringing everybody and making them able to dig with picks. It does make this initial setup phase nice and quick, so we don't need to panic much about it. Okay, there we go. We're going down now. That's nice. How deep can we go? Got soil on this level. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. For this particular thing, it's not too bad at all. We don't need to worry about soil breaching the cavern, the mine shaft, as it were. Keep coming down. Let's wait on this level until they get there, see what happens. Oh, can you make beds out of metal? I didn't even realise you could make beds out of metal. Okay, so now we've done this, we'll make a cavern baffle. I'm going to make it here. There we go. In fact, let's make it a whole shift length. There we go. And then like that, and then we do another 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. Another 12 levels. Go back to the surface. And what else do we need on the surface? Well, I'm thinking if we could have like a trade storage depot, an actual special storage depot for trade stuff, which will double up as a nice little initial stockpile for us. So I'm going to put one hole there and then one there, and then we will do that. Let's try a shift length. Let's see how that looks. Boom. Is that symmetrical? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's fucking symmetrical. Amazing. Okay, and we're going to make that big, and we're going to try and keep our stuff that we're going to trade in there if we can. Ooh, pinfire opals. Very special. Very special indeed. You can't make metal beds. Oh, okay. Phew. I thought I'd been doing it wrong for years. Yeah, I've exclusively used wood for beds because I didn't realise I didn't. Or maybe I do have to. I don't know. Okay, so this is going to be a trade depot storage space. And also, we need to put a barracks on the surface as well. And I'm going to do that. Where am I doing that? Right, first of all, doors into the inner fortress go like this. There we go. And then off like that, down here. But let's do this with a little bit more. There we go. And that's going to lead to the inner fortress. But off this side, here, we're going to do a single shift room, which may not get dug because it's a little close to the edge there. We're going to do that, and that's going to be the barracks. And then once we've established where the caverns are, we're going to start building very vertically. I'm going to try a system whereby we have a stack of bedrooms, and then opposite that, a stack of workshops where all the people who have those bedrooms work in their workshop, and keep everything for each dwarf on a floor if we can. That's my goal for keeping the frame rate high, but we'll see how it works out. Okay, we've not quite made it down to the second cavern baffle, but neither have we breached any caverns, so that's interesting. The only way to get a metal bed is a mood. So it is a thing that can happen, but not something that you can ask for. Much like spears. You can get spear dwarves, but can you make spears? No, sir. If you want to make spears, you fuck off to Human Town now. You get out of the door and sling your hook. That's how they feel about bloody spear people. I've got to actually unpause this, hasn't I? That's going to help a lot getting us to dig down here. 1 Z level is 1 space. Yes, that's what I heard last time. People were saying a lot about vertical design. And I think if I embrace it fully from the very beginning this time, excellent! Look at this, we've discovered an expansive cavern deep underground. Excellent news. You have discovered a downward passage. Oh my. You have discovered an expansive cavern deep underground. Have we discovered 2 cavern layers? Let's, what does the downward passage mean? What does it mean? Okay, so we haven't exposed an enormous part of the cavern, and it is awkwardly made. Wait a minute, where have we pierced this cavern layer? I'm confused. Downward passage is between 2 caverns. Oh, okay. Well, there should only be 2 cavern layers. So, oh, hello. Oh. Okay, so we've breached here. Let's zoom in and take a look at this little cavern layer. What do we got going on here? Intriguing. So that is open to the edge of the map, but it's only 1 level. Oh, no, Shazam, it's several layers high. Okay, we don't really want this part of the fortress opened up. So I'm thinking we maybe, zoom in a little bit here, wall this off, dig a tunnel off to the side, and then dig down past the caverns. Although it might be nice to get in here and have a little scooch around. Okay, I see. We've breached up high, but then we could just completely bypass the caverns. Just like this, just dig down the stairs all the way. It's slightly annoying that we only have 1 cavern baffle, but once we've completely revealed all the caverns. Okay, so we can get water for sure. That's not a problem. Now we've got water, everything's good. Where to go next then? So we know where the cavern is, but we don't necessarily know how expansive it is, but we do know where we can go through without piercing it. So I'm thinking, go back up to the surface, head over to here, unpause the action, or actually unpause the action rather than pausing it again, and we think about, okay, so we are going to need to hug the volcano to a certain degree because we want to be able to use the magma. We don't want to move it too far because I do not have a bloody clue what to do with pumps. I'm really not very au fait with the whole thing. Good idea. Well, we'll wall the cavern off. Let's immediately come down to... Is that the cavern baffle? Yeah, that's the cavern baffle there. Come up here, and I want to build... what's walls again? Capital C? It is. W. There we go. And we want to build a 3-wide wall right there. Lovely. In fact, what am I doing? Build a wall 1 wide there, made out of rhyolite, and another one. Come on, get there. There, also made out of rhyolite. Bingo, there we go. Is anybody below the mark? Nobody's out in the caverns? Plus no cavern? Thank you. Sounds like we need a pump project in this fortress. Well, we shall see how that plays out. Right, let's unpause the action and let them get on with that. We've walled off the cavern. That's nice, but we need to come up a bit higher. There we go. And figure out how we're digging down. And I think we should just go down next to the volcano and see what we see cavern-wise. Not a lot. Nothing, in fact. But I feel like that's more because we just... Hello? Oh. Oh. So much magma. Okay, let's come back up. I may have gone a bit too deep. There we go. That's the top cavern layer, isn't it? Where's the bottom cavern layer? Oh, it's not nearly as exposed. That's fine. That's fine. So, as long as we hug the volcano or stay in this sort of area, we shouldn't have too bad a problem. That is unfortunately right there. So, outside the fortress, we can't just start on this level. So, I'm going to say go down a level. here, and then we'll go down 1, 2, 3 floors. Cool. There we go. And then we'll dig out round that. Nice. Doop, doop. Come over here. Bosh, like that. I think that's about how far we want to go. Let's keep going down till we get to the caverns. Oh, fuck sticks. There. I have a horrible feeling that's just going to breach right into those caverns, isn't it? Where's my precious verticality, eh? I was hoping for sweet, sweet verticality, but what am I getting? Kick in the teeth. Oh, I have a horrible feeling that this is going to be not so successful. Okay, back to the surface. We'll just not go too deep then. We'll have to have separate vertical silos. So we go down there, down 1, 2, 3. In that case, do I really need... So if we mark, here's the lowest point. Sorry, let me go back up to the surface. There we go. There we go, that's the lowest point. DI, up like that. There we go, bingo. And then, instead of doing this madness, what we'll do is get rid of that. And I'll do what I was originally intending. There we go. And then that leads down that far, but stops the level before the caverns, which is what we want, because then we can divert and do something differently. Now, oh, we can go up, can't we? But there is that, but I feel like we're going to get some soil. Although that's all stone, so you know what? Let's do that as well. DI, enter, go up, 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 and I think that's probably the best place to stop. Excellent. Hello, Sergeant Indy. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again, and you enjoy your nap. I haven't done the plug yet today. I do apologise, but at least it means you'll get here to feel the warm glow spread through you as I tout your shop to the world. That'll be nice, wouldn't it? Hopefully the warm glow isn't you peeing your pants. That would be unfortunate. Right, next things next. We need to say mine, and I want to make bedrooms. Yes, bedrooms. And I'm going to do that on the corridor side. Now, I think I'm going to give everybody, you know what, a fairly sizable bedroom, just so everybody's happy for now. But, like, that big? I mean, that is a whopper of a bedroom. But nonetheless, that's a chop down tree order, scoundrel. Why did you do that? Oh, because you're an idiot. Oh, excellent. I thought it was just some kind of meme. Right, okay, so we're going to do that. Go down like that. And then we're going to head down, 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 up rather, and then do that. And then we go down 2 floors. And once again, oh, piss off. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There. So that's it. Those are all going to be bedrooms. And so if I do... You know what? They only need 1 in the middle. So we're going to go there. What's that? At the bottom. Say that. Go up, for crying out loud. Down, 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 down. There we go. Down, 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 down. Down, 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 up. There we go. Oh, wait. Oh, for crying out loud. Perfect. That looks to me like we've actually put the link into every one of these bedrooms. So how many has that actually garnered us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 20, 23 bedrooms. That's not too bad. I think that'll work. I think that's going to be good. And then, of course, on the opposite side of each of these, we're going to need some form of workshop. So, actually, let's do the same thing again. D, enter. Oh, we don't need to worry about that one. There we go. All the way down to the bottom. Tee-hee, I said bottom. I do love saying bottom. Cool, so that's that. And then on the other side here, we're going to give everybody a workshop. And then maybe we're going to need to do some kind of stockpile for each one. Maybe. Hello, not suspicious. This fortress is an hour and 20 minutes old, although it crashed before we even started. So we're about 25 minutes into this, the actual embark. We struck the Earth about 25 minutes ago. So it's not old at all. Very young indeed. So if we make the workshop for each one just a bit longer than the bedroom, I mean, it's purely a stylistic thing at this point. And then we're going to do this. Oh crap, let's do that vertically. Vertically. Don't do that. Down, up, there we go. And then we need to go all the way down to the bottom, so I don't know where the other one is. There we go, that one. And then all the way back up to the top. That's what I thought. It seemed a lot younger than 1 hour, 20 minutes. Yeah. Well, you haven't, clearly you've not watched this stream before. My streams are exactly as old as they intend to be, much like Mary Poppins. That's not right, is it? That's entirely the wrong way. Yeah, my fortresses can get a little sloppy, but this is my first attempt at proper efficiency. I'm going to try and use verticality to keep pathing simple. I'm going to put people's bedrooms and workshops on the same floor. And do I give everybody a storage room? You know what? I think I'm going to give everybody a storage room. They don't have to use them all, but they're going to be handy to be there, right? Let me take this all the way up to the surface again. Actually, just designating this much digging this early on is probably a bad idea to begin with. But okay, we'll figure it out. Right, leave that unpaused and let these guys get digging. We have got 7 miners, so we're all good. Well, there you go, not suspicious. I could tell. Firstly, because I didn't recognise your name. But secondly, because, well, I mean, if you'd watched this stream before, you definitely know you wouldn't be saying things like, "Oh, this doesn't look like it's progressed very well." Sorry to give you that weird voice, but you would be well aware of how slow things can progress in this little world. So, who gets the first bedroom? That's the question. Who gets the first bedroom? Actually, this floor here is, we've got the workshop thing built, but no. Oh, hang on a minute. We need to prioritise, don't we, to get sure stuff gets done in the right order. Right, we're going to make this our temporary workshop with everybody in, and then as we develop, we're going to build things further. So D, mine, make a priority 2 mine, just in case something more important comes along. And we'll set this floor to priority 2. There we go. Boom. And get that dug first, and then we can put some stockpiles and workshops in here and actually get some beds made. How did I know exactly what I sound like? Well, it was just a very lucky guess, I suppose. I didn't for a second think you would sound like that. But I had a habit of doing silly voices every now and again, so hopefully you'll be able to forgive me. Although I also do singing, for which you will never forgive me. You'll hear the first time and you'll be like, "Oh no, now I realise life is a complete waste. All of this energy that's kept up in my body could be used to, form dust or rocks that will last much longer. And, this is going to a dark place, isn't it? Why have I suddenly decided to veer off the path, off the beaten path of just happy chit-chat and, fun things to talk about, and headed into this dark, dark place? Somebody needs to tell this new guy about the triangle. Otherwise he's going to get very lost very quickly. He needs to be inducted. Now, your exits are under the Alt F4 key. It's a little bit harsh. I can't imagine someone. I don't think anyone's ever been that upset by my stream where they've all F4'd immediately. Couldn't listen to his bloody voice anymore. He said something I didn't like, so I immediately backed out. I just fucked off. Couldn't bear to listen to the fucking idiot. Right, what are we going to do about food and a meeting hall as well? That is another issue. Now you know why you fear the night. In the still of the night, you hear the wolf howl, honey, sniffing around your door. Sorry, I should avoid singing Whitesnake. Too many songs about willies. Okay, so we've got our little room here. We're going to make a wood stockpile. We're going to chop some trees. We're going to make some beds. Maybe a mason's workshop. Do we get our mason cracking straight away? I think we should. Although, as soon as we get the mason working and the carpenter working, that's digging reduced by 2, isn't it? What do I do? Let's build the workshops anyway. Workshop. I would like a carpenter's workshop, please. And I would also like a mason's workshop, if you wouldn't mind, my tiny friends. Where's a mason's workshop? It's in the workshops area. Nope, I'm already in the workshops area. It's M. There we go. Mason carpenter facing each other. Masonry and carpentry. That was my terrible rendition of Ebony and Ivory. You see how the music is bad? You see, it's not good, that's for sure. Right, again, they're doing incoherent digging, so I think we'll do the up bedrooms first. Right? Makes sense to me. So designate priority 2 again. We're going to make this whole floor priority 2, the one above priority 3, and then I suppose we'll leave the one above. Although every other floor is priority 4, so as soon as we start... there we go. Oh, tits. There we go. Bingo, there we go. Everybody dig this floor. Everybody dig now. Dear oh dear. I watched a TED talk today about beatboxing. Old Tom Thumb had a big old endoscope down his throat, and you could see his vocal cords twanging away like crazy. Quite impressive. Well worth a little look if you get the moment. Well worth a peek. This is where the waiting starts. This is where we have to just wait for the fortress to take shape properly. Let's pick a few trees to designate for cutting down as well. We're going to try and avoid chopping down the fruit trees just because they're valuable. Think of all the beautiful cider we could create with these apple trees. Tart, dry cider. I do love a bit of cloudy cider. An alder can go though. DT. Kiss the alderman. There's a little reference. Some of you will get it, some of you won't. But I'm not going to explain it because it's going to take too long. And it's also going to divert you off to an excellent podcast, which is, frankly, better than my content, and therefore probably unwise for me to mention. Otherwise, I'll just lose you all. I'll lose you all as soon as you arrived. Tragedy. Bayberry. Does a bayberry actually have berries on it? You know what? I'm going to Google it. Please bear with me. Oh, once again, I click on an icon for the wrong thing and load up Fruity Loops Producer Studio. Well done, scoundrel. Well done. Let's close that down. Head to Google and type in Bayberry. 2 R's. Here we go. Bayberry. Oh, it's a place. Oh, no, here we go. Here's the bayberry. Myrica is a genus of about 35 to 50 species of small trees and shrubs in the family Mycaricae? Order Phaegles. The genus has a wide distribution, including Africa, Asia, Europe, North America, and South America, and missing only from Australia. Did you know, sometimes called southern bayberry, wax myrtle was used by early American colonists to make bayberry candles from the fruit's waxy bluish coating? Okay, so it seems to have some kind of red fruit. Whether it's edible or not, I don't know. But it certainly has some form of berry involved. Some berries granted. Yeah, I don't think there's a distinct... The berry thing is to do with where the seeds are, isn't it? If you've got something that has the seeds inside, I think by the definition, something stupid like an apple is technically a berry or something, isn't it? let's not get stuck into this. There's an episode of QI you can look up where they go over it in detail. I'm not going to guarantee it's 100% accurate, but it's certainly going to be more entertaining than me stroking my chin going, let's talk a lot about something I don't really understand. That seems like a good idea. That's never got anybody, especially not the entire world, into bad trouble before. Okay, let's cut down another tree, and hopefully this will be enough for some beds. Sweet beds where you make sleep and love. Well, unless you're feeling a little bit frisky, of course, then anywhere can be your little love nest. Love nest, love nest. Sorry, I came over all kissed there for a second. I apologise. Apple sounds tutti frutti. Well, apple's definitely a fruit. Berries are fruit, right? Berries are like soft nuts where they are seeds. Soft nuts. I got a couple of soft nuts. Oh, I'm gonna go to hell. I'm gonna go to punning hell. I'll die. It'll be like Bill and Ted when they died. I'll be sent into a little world where the only language spoken is a language so brutally straight to the point that no puns or innuendos are possible, and I'll be stuck there, unable to communicate in the way I wish with the people around me. It'll be a brutal punishment, but we can't say I don't deserve it, can we? Because I have been a terrible punner over the decades. Right, we've got a Mason's Workshop. Mason's Workshop. Again, stop singing, scoundrel. You're going to drive away what scant viewers you have gathered together already. Right, there we go. There's another floor. You know what? Actually, this is going to be our Mason's floor. I don't know why I built that stupid Mason's Workshop downstairs. Let's say build workshop, Mason's Workshop, and we're going to pop that little bad boy right in the middle here. Boop. There we go. And we're going to make it out of diorite, because it's close. Local materials for a local facility. And then once that bad boy's been built, let's dismantle the one down below because it was a complete waste of time. Boop. There we go. And then once that's in place, we'll start knocking out some doors, blocks, etc., etc. Sanctum Spirit Stone. I've heard the rumours of Bill and Ted 3, and I have to say, I am excited. I'm not going to try and understate the effect Bill and Ted had on me as a teenager, or a tween even, pre-teen, when I saw it in the cinema. What year did it come out? 1990s, wasn't it? 1990? It would have been 10 in 1990, maybe 9 if it was early 90. And I saw that film. I saw Keanu Reeves' floppy hair, and I grew my hair, and I haven't had short hair since I was 14. In fact, I haven't had a haircut in 3 years, just to give you some context. And that is almost not entirely down to Bill and Ted, but almost entirely. Also, if anybody hasn't caught up with the documentary career, Alex Winter is his name, the guy who plays Bill. Do have a look at his documentary films. They're very good. They're very good movies. He's done one about Bitcoin. He's done one about the dark web. What was his recent one? I forget what the recent one was about, but I don't think I've actually seen that one yet. But he's done a number of very entertaining, very informative documentaries, and frankly, I was highly educated by them. Well, I say highly educated. I didn't come out of it highly educated, but their educational content was high. If you imagine educational content was fibre, these documentaries would be bran flakes, except not bran flakes. They'd have little bits of lovely fruit in to make it taste good. Not that bran flakes aren't bad, but I do tend to put a bit too much sugar on them to make it worthwhile opting for the bran flake. I mean, they've already got tons of sugar in. Why am I talking about bran flakes all of a sudden? Am I calling you scant? I'm not calling you scants. What is a scant? I'm saying your numbers are. Oh, they're not few. Actually, there's usually a good number of people watching. Why am I complaining? 10's a good number for me. I don't need more than that, although, of course, I would definitely not complain were I to get it. I'm going to make a fateful move. Oh, we've got 20 people watching. Okay, here's me sounding all, oh, only 10 people watch me. And it turns out, no, There's lots of people watching. But that's the power of Dwarf Fortress, you see. It's a game that pulls on the passions of many people on the internet. And all you got to do is say, hey guys, I'm playing Dwarf Fortress. And no matter who you are or what you do, you can double your view count on Twitch. Maybe not. I imagine if someone like, think of a cool streamer, the ones that the kids like, Ninja or Lyric, if they played Dwarf Fortress, they might not double their view counts, because I'm not sure there's headroom for that to actually happen. But hey, could you imagine Dr. Disrespect playing Dwarf Fortress? I feel like I want to try and make that happen. I feel like I want to be involved in that movement. I mean, he's not my natural viewing. He doesn't play the kind of games I really watch on Twitch, but I think it would be interesting. A fun little experiment. Intriguing. Let's have a little look here. Tomatoes, cucumbers, eggplants and bananas are all berries. That's, yeah, because the seeds are all in the middle together, aren't they? Not separated out into separate containers or something. 20 is almost 30, 30 is almost 50, and 50 is almost 100. That means you almost have 150 viewers. That is a very optimistic way of looking at it. You must positively skip through life on clouds and rainbows. I envy you. I really do. My goodness, not suspicious. Such a happy life, I presume. This is where we find out that is not the case at all, and I've just said something very wrong. Very offensive. BWC. Why am I the kind of guy who chuckles when he says the word very offensive? It's not a good look. It's not a good look. Let's make a diorite carpenter's workshop. Oh yeah, who doesn't love a bit of diorite? I know I do. I love it so much that I'm going to look it up on Google to see what it looks like. Let's have a little look. Google along with me if you wish. You may want to see this. Diorite. What does it look like? Oh, diorite. So it's a kind of a black and white splotchy rock. Has a sort of marbly, granity look. If marble and granite had a baby, it would be diorite. Fucking hell. Oh, we've got a dehydrated miner. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I've just realised a fatal flaw. That's where salt and pepper comes from. Diorite? No. Salt and pepper? Diorite golems? I refuse to believe it. They wanted to just talk about sex. Rocks don't want to talk about sex. In fact, I doubt rocks have any concept of sex whatsoever. Anyway, oh God, that was a very bad joke. And only people of the correct age band will actually understand it, which makes it even better for Twitch. Even better. Okay, I need to check stocks. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. What we're going to do now is we're going to go to our noble screen. Not that one, obviously. That's the military screen. We're going to go to the noble screen. Excuse me. And we're going to take a little look at who is going to be our broker, bookkeeper, and manager. Excuse me, I've got hiccups. Oh, for fuck's sake. Pardon me. Now, the broker and bookkeeper should be the same person. Yeah, it's Locum. So Locum is the broker and the bookkeeper. Bosh. There we go. And our manager is, of course, Godin, who is an adequate organiser. He meets the needs and the requirements. That's good. So, those jobs are done, but we do need to give them their offices and whatnot, which, of course, I forgot to design into this build. So the way we are going to do that is everybody's going to get an office off the side of the workspace. So dig. What do we do? I think we pop the office here. Yes. Okay, it would be better if we do it with the dig order rather than the chop down trees order, because of course stones aren't trees. They're very different. They're as different as dwarves and elves. There we go. So that's where our... Oh, is it the top floor? It is the top floor. That's where our offices are going. And then we go all the way down the tower to the very bottom. Tee-hee. I said bottom. Get used to that, anyone who's new. I have a very bad habit of saying the word bottom in a totally non-saucy context and then having a little giggle about it, because I am a baby. I am a big man baby. Ah, dear. Right, let's go to priority number 2 to get these offices done on the floors that are already dug out. There we go. Diggy, diggy. Diggy hole. There we go, the mason's office. Not that the mason technically needs an office, but the mason is getting an office regardless. Everybody gets a bedroom. Everybody gets an office. Everybody gets a workshop space. So there you go. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Do you have tons of wine and beer? I did bring some. Where do baby rocks come from? Volcanoes, don't they? Volcanoes squirt them out into the air. Or beaches where big rocks are broken down into baby rocks. Rocks essentially age in the reverse to people. They get smaller and smaller as they're worn away by natural forces. See? It works. I made it work. Does everybody... Surely manager can have their office as the workshop space as they don't have a craft. Or does everybody have a workshop for me? Everybody's getting a workshop space. For the sake of building off template, we're going to just make everybody's little space the same and have them on their own little floor. So as much as possible, the only time they're going to go away from their little area is to get some food. And even then, I think some of the more important professions, we may give them their own food stockpiles and such. Of course, this all breaks down for our magma fudge. Magma fudge. It's a mispronounced magma fudge. We're going to... I'm going to hell. We're going to make ourselves a little separate area down here. Use your mouse pointer to point, scoundrel, because if you use your fingers with the camera off, nobody can see. And even if the camera's on, you're just pointing in a random direction on the screen. They're not seeing what you're pointing at. We're going to make our Magma Industries in its own separate area down here, as we did last time, because it's just easier to get the magma into one place and sort it out. Speaking of magma fudge, why did you choose to embark on a volcano? Does it make it more challenging, or do you want somewhere to throw your elves? It generally doesn't make it more challenging, not suspicious. The thing about a volcano is they're fairly stable and placid, and it just means you always have access to surface level magma, so you can skip the whole charcoal process and jump straight into magma furnaces and forges. So it just sort of kickstarts your technology. However, also, as you have noticed, as I see you have a good brain on your shoulders, well, in your head, which is on your shoulders, because if you have your brain just sitting on your shoulders, it's going to make a horrible mess and you're going to die pretty quickly. But you've got a good brain in there because you've noted that, yes, you can throw elves, other assorted useless bastards, and any trash you've got into the volcano. So there you go, it's very handy. And one previous fortress, I think it was Cryptbeards XVIII, maybe Cryptbeards XV, it was intended to set up a sort of volcano religion system where all the corpses of dwarves thrown into the volcano and they were just memorialised with slabs. That was, of course, because I was worried about undead in that particular scenario, but I don't see any reason why we shouldn't try to do something as cool this time round. But first I have to establish this basic fortress. Basic fortress, very important indeed. I think I probably need to start putting in food. Am I doing the food systems on the ground floor, so to speak, or do we... somebody's just booted up Sekiro in my Steam friend list. Lucky bastards. Where do we do this? Where do we put the dining hall and food area? Maybe... not on the surface, it just doesn't seem right. It just doesn't seem right. But if we go down to, say... so we could just... no, if we do up downstairs on that floor, it will come straight through. Actually, does that go straight through a hole in the... hang on a second. Good Lord. Ah, tits. Ah, tits. It clips. Not good. So where do we do it then? Maybe we do have to put it near the surface, because I've beansed it with the layout of the fortress. We can't have everything coming off this one central hubway without clipping into some of the damn bedrooms. Tell you what, we're going to put the dining room up at the top. I know it's not normal dwarven practice, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to put it up at the top, and it's going to have a pretty unorthodox access point. Oh, actually, no, that doesn't make sense. I was going to do like little thin corridors going up either side, but thin corridors, I think, are going to be bad for pathing. And what's bad for pathing is bad for the frame rate. And what is bad for the frame rate is bad for the fortress. And what's bad for the fortress is bad for the stream. And what's bad for the stream is bad for the viewer. And therefore, I will not abuse you with that little chain of events. I'll think of another way to do it. Where do we put the delightful little dining hall that we want to make? Where do we put it? Maybe on this, maybe we do, just instead of going up downstairs here, we have downstairs. I don't know how the flipping stairs work. That's the problem. Actually, instead of, I've just realised how we do this. Instead of having another level of workshops down here and another bedroom, we'll sacrifice one of these bedroom options. Here we go. And instead, we'll make this a grand dining hall area. There we go. Make a nice little... Oh, for fuck's sake. Make a nice little area around there. Lovely. Oh, figures. There we go. And we'll pop doorways off like that. And maybe we'll start with a little entry hall kind of affair. Put some little statue alcoves on for a little bit of statuary, as you do, as one does. As one does. There we go. There's a lovely little statue room. Just an entryway in. And then we'll have a big, fat dining hall. Who doesn't love a big, fat dining hall? And we're going to make it one of these little staggered rooms that I so like to do, into sort of pseudo-circle, if you will. A pseudo-circle. It's going to be a biggie. Biggie, 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 biggie. Hello, Buck. Who remembers that? Is anybody a kid who remembers watching that? Okay, there's a nice big dining hall, and then maybe we'll do the same pattern repeated on the other end. Just for a little bit of symmetricalness, or symmetry as it's correctly named. Here we go. Something slightly soothing about this. Although there is a fine line between the soothing application of shapes in Dwarf Fortress and frustration. You seesaw backwards and forwards pretty dramatically. Now, off the side of here, of course, we're going to want a couple of doors, and then we're going to make our food production zone about that size. There we go. About this size, okay? So we're going to have kitchen, brewery, etc., etc. Now we also need an animal area, and I'm going to put that off this side here, like this, and we're going to make our little nesting box zone. There we go. Boom, that's going to be the room we keep all of our little nest boxes in. Do I give it alcoves? You know what? I'm going to be fancy. This is a floor for fancy things. This is the kind of place, the level in the fortress where we start making things beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Is that good? That is not good. So if we go here, maybe? Is that going to look any better? Certainly not. It's bloody awful. Absolutely bloody awful. But just for a little bit of visual interest, we'll do that. How about that? This can be our eggy room where we keep all of our turkeys and egg-laying birds. We'll hopefully be able to use the caverns for some kind of pasture, but the surface will do for now for the alpacas. We'll build some kind of wall, maybe a moat or something? I think so. Probability of breaking the caverns is increasing. No. The caverns are on 2 floors below. He says, with probably unwarranted confidence. Lava moat from the volcano does have a certain ring to it, doesn't it? It does have a certain something that makes me think we could do that. Let's build the food stockpile first, though. Or at least designate the space in which the food stockpile is going to exist. Is that good? That is good. Oh, look at that bloody stockpile. Isn't it lovely? Bloody lovely. And I think what we'll do is when we put it in, we'll split it down the middle horizontally, and we'll have food on one side and drink on the other. That makes sense. And then what else do we need in the food area? Oh, we need a butcher's, don't we? So we will put that. Is that right? That is not symmetrical. Oh, okay. We've made this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, so there's no central symmetrical point. Shit. Okay, here's my patented miasma baffle. Pop that in there. Oh, hang on. That's not right. There we go. Do that. One more layer of miasma baffle should do it. And then we'll have that. And then we'll put off of our miasma baffle. God damn it. I keep you trying to use WASD to move the bloody cursor around. And of course, that's idiocy. This is Dwarf Fortress. Okay, that there. And in that room we'll have our butcher. And in this room we'll have our tannery. Not our baker and candlestick maker, as some of you may have been thinking. But then again, the nursery rhyme has programmed you to do that, so you must be forgiven. There, that's good. That's good. Have we got any other miasma industries? I don't think so. I think we're good. Right, back up to the surface and unpause. Now, we need to get our mason cracking. So, let's head into the mason's workshop. Oh, wait a minute. No, we've got the manager now, haven't we? Oh, we need his office. We'll let the offices get dug out. The mason didn't need one. I don't know why I made that a priority. The carpenter doesn't need one. So these next two, they're going to be the ones for the broker and who else? Yes. Slow cooking the meat over a course of years does sound interesting. A kind of Sarlacc-esque cooking. Discover a new definition of flavour with the Sarlacc slow cooker. No one's ever going to hire me to do voiceover for food adverts if I'm going to sit there going. It's just not going to sell any food or utensils for the creation thereof, is it? Madness to think so. Right. This is priority 2 now, if you don't mind, please. Not chop down trees, dig. Christ. I keep doing it. I keep switching to chop down trees when what I really want to do is to get them to dig. Can you dig it? Oh, we've already done this one. Okay. All right. Good. Let's put some orders in the mason's workshop. Oh, no, that is the mason's. That's the carpenter's workshop. Where's the mason's workshop? Here it is. Add, I would like 7 tables. I can't order a specific number like this, can I? Bugger. Bloody hell. You know what? I'm going to risk a repeat order. We're going to add some chairs to that list. Repeat order. I would also like some doors. Repeat order. And I would also like blocks. Lots and lots of blocks, if you wouldn't mind. Now get busy. Born to get busy. Born to get busy. Let's put a stone stockpile in this room here. Here goes the stone stockpile. We'll make it about this big. And then underneath it, we're going to put a furniture stockpile for all the lovely things our little crafts dwarves make. Well, not the crafts dwarves, the masons. But you get the idea. On the next floor up, of course, where our carpenter's workshop is, we're going to build a stockpile for wood. What? Wood, yes, that's right. And we're going to put that here. Ding dong. And then also another furniture stockpile, because that's the kind of shit I do. I make furniture stockpiles. Because your cursor is outside default is chop. Ah. Okay. What's that yellow stone store? I think it's orthoclase. It is orthoclase. Yes. What does orthoclase look like? Another trip to Wikipedia feels in order. Let's open up a little browser window. Again, I'm not going to show you, but if you want to if you want to find out what orthoclase looks like, just, I'm assuming you're on a desktop. If you're on your phone, tough shit. Here's orthoclase. Orthoclase or orthoclase feldspar is an important tectosilicate mineral which forms igneous rock. The name is from the ancient Greek for straight fracture because it's two cleavage planes are at right angles to each other. It is a type of potassium feldspar, also known as K feldspar. It's a green-yellow sort of crystally looking thing. It's alright. I imagine it polishes up nice, but I don't know. I'm not going to be building any beds in the real world out of orthoclase. Well, no one's building beds out of orthoclase in Dwarf Fortress either, frankly. Carpenter's Workshop's still not going. You know what? I've been recording for an hour. Those of you watching on YouTube, thank you very much for doing so. But for now, 'tis goodbye. See you in episode 3. Bye-bye.